Attack on Titan is a series I'm sure needs no introduction. You've all gathered here today to hear an in-depth summary highlighting the events of Season 1, some which you may remember, some you may have forgotten, and some that may or may not have actually happened. Whether your goal here today is to reach a complex understanding of the first season, or to be blissfully entertained by my humor and inability to deliver a normal video without awakening your deeply buried desire to see various images flash before your eyes every few seconds. With that said, here is a summary of the first season of Attack on Titan in a somewhat unconventional fashion. Right off the rip, we are introduced to these two children, who we will be following for the entirety of the series. The relationship is something like siblings, but also not, because that's a legally dangerous way to define them since they're kind of into each other. They're not blood related. How about that? Classic cop-out. There's also this blonde kid they're friends with who's spitting philosophy at age 10 like the next Socrates, while these dudes attempt to conform him to societal norms of being a dumbass. We'll just dub him the smart guy. Before you get too relaxed though, this 50-meter tall naked giant that has an ass that don't lie appears out of thin air. These naked cheeks kick in the city's front door with the force of 1,000 Rock Johnsons. This is followed up by an attack from the large brain-dead mob of naked men that the people have named Titans. To add to what is already a strange yet terrifying turn of events, especially the part where the naked men try to eat clothed people, most likely because they feel left out since no clothes fit them. It's true. Eren and stepsis run home in an attempt to save their mother, but unsurprisingly, two kids cannot lift a building. Seeing that they need help, this giant lady, who definitely has no ulterior motives, walks over to give her assistance. After locking eyes, Hans realizes this and gets the kids out of the way so that she can have room to work, and she successfully frees Eren's mom. Oh no. As Eren and the rest of the women and children are evacuated, this scary motherfucker who holds the power of the Chad Chin joins the battle. Chad Titan blows through the gate like it's made of drywall while Eren watches the events unfold. Looking into the rubble, he makes his first of many vows to commit genocide, except the difference is this one is pretty justified since they're giant man-eating flesh monsters. Some time goes by, I don't know how much so don't ask me, and Eren has a strange altercation with his father. It'll be some time before we can rule out assault here. The trio goes about living the refugee life for 2 years before joining the military at age 12, which I guess is their enlistment age. Very strange. Sergeant Hollowed razzes the recruits who don't already have the 1,000-yard stare, which marks the start of their adventures at summer camp, a place of romance, friendship, hardship, and learning how to properly maneuver on flying gear and how to fight a 10-meter tall nude flesh eater. You know, all the things you want in life. So let me just say, she does not look 12. What are you trying to do to me here, Wood Studio? After 3 years go by, we are gifted with a small introduction to the entire cast, graduation from summer camp, and, well, this thing. Let the battle commence. Eren takes on the role of hype beast, and almost as if to spite him, the gods decided to end this show early and kill off the main character now. With the future of Season 2 now up in the air, Armin has a panic attack as his character could be Thanos away at any given moment and the series completely scratched. Lucky for him, MC is in fact not dead and just partying inside the belly of the beast. With the context clues given to us in the fact that even if you haven't watched this show thanks to the internet pop culture, you probably already know who this Titan is. Eren rocks the world of no-name Titan number 1. Before this, we are given a little backstory on stepsis and Eren's past, but if you really want to know every detail of what goes on, you should probably be watching the series and not some eccentric guy on the internet who makes anime videos summarizing shows in strange ways. Going back to Eren Titan, who's in the midst of a slap competition against the naked man-eaters, everyone is very confused with this new development as they are not privy to the external knowledge we have been given to understand what the fuck is going on. Let's go ahead and check on Jean, who's currently realizing how much of a pussy he is compared to Eren. This moment of realization is cut rather short though, as the slap competition has moved venues. Eventually the cadets work their way out of the no gas problem they found themselves in, and they get the big reveal that the ravenous Titan on a genocidal rampage is actually Eren. While the cadets seem to take this unexplained turn of events that a man is able to control a 15-meter tall humanoid body that appears out of thin air rather well, these soldiers have a more realistic reaction. Armin and this bald baddie are able to convince the majority that this strange unexplained devil magic can be used to seal the wall using big rock. As they attempt to put this plan into action, it seems Eren gets stage fright and becomes limp and unresponsive. Good job, bud. After Armin whispers sweet nothings into his ear here for 5 minutes, Eren gains the courage to carry Big Rock to the wall. With that, the fight is over and Eren gets the full hero treatment of getting chained to a bedpost in the basement of an unnamed location. Sounds a little kinky. Obviously, the scouts are the most reasonable and suicidal branch of the military, are curious as to why a man can summon a flesh mech out of thin air, and they want to take Eren in to learn the truth behind his power. Before they can do this, they first must convince the mentally challenged public who just want to execute him. No wonder they make no progress. The trial goes about as good as it can when a hot-headed idealist is the defendant. Levi does his best to console Eren and sway the jury to the scouts' proposal, which is surprisingly successful. Given no other choice, Eren joins the scouts and is put under watch by the Suicide Squad. You'll understand that more later. Together they build trust in between each other and then tear it down to build it up again. I mean, I too would be very afraid if a giant humanoid arm came into existence to reach for a spoon. I think the reaction's a little justified. Meanwhile, the cadets are going through the decision of which corps they will join. Will it be the corrupt police pussies, the sorry excuse for defense named the Garrison, or the suicidal maniac scouts who go through soldiers like Americans go through cheese? Yeah, Annie, I think we all know the answer to that one. Scouts all the way, baby. Now that all the cool cadets join the scouts, fuck you, Annie. They set out on their very first expedition in uncharted territory where absolutely nothing could go wrong because everyone is so capable and skillful. A large and not too bad looking female titan is currently running amok the scout ranks. Big man Braun, Jean, and Armin attempt to stop her, but that goes as successful as you'd imagine 3 tiny men battling a hot 12-meter woman would go. The female titan eventually locks onto her prey, which is surprise Eren, but before she can secure the bag, the scouts pull a to catch the predator on a grand scale. In fear of her potential life sentence for hunting down a minor, the female baby rages so hard that she attracts her horny fan base who consume her flesh mech. With this turn of events and the unavoidable thought that this is very similar to a praying mantis documentary, the person inside flees, never to be seen again. Of course, they do actually come back. With this, the Suicide Squad lives up to their name and my dark joke, and Eren is thrown into an unwinnable fight against the female baddie. The Femme Titan collects her spoils by sucking up Eren like a Jolly Rancher, while Levi chases her down in hot pursuit. He's eventually able to retrieve our man out of the Femme Titan mouth with the help of Mikasa, and the female weeps like a little bitch. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to feel bad, but she murdered at least 12 people in cold blood. You ain't getting no remorse. I'm returned back to the wall. Everyone is big sad, and for good reason, as they have lost a good portion of their troops and have nothing to show for it. That is until big brain genius boy over here comes up with a decent enough plan to gamble a few lives for. I said few, not many. Our big man with a tiny body has deducted that Annie's the only possible interior spy that could be the female titan. While some may think I'm a genius for this conclusion, with one look at the female titan's face, I think we all could have reached the same verdict. I took these people as smarter than this. Don't even get me started on the armor titan. While Eren and Armin try to reason with the traitor, Mikasa takes the more reasonable approach of just fucking offing her, to which Annie responds with the most disturbing sadist face that further defines her as a girl with daddy issues. As the fabled trio make their escape to launch Plan B, it seems that Eren at this point in the series still holds emotions. To knock some sense into him and get him on the right track again, Mikasa gives a stare that would make a grown man whimper and pant like a dog. Why are we still here? Eren is eventually able to channel his passion to wipe the Titan race out the face of the earth and summons his flesh mech. Annie and him are then locked into a friendly wrestling bout. It's not looking too friendly. After realizing her mental disadvantage against a suicidal mad lad with the strength seizing from his past trauma, Annie runs for the hills. She doesn't get very far though before she's cornered by the entire scout regiment, and she does what I can only think to describe as ice type ninjutsu, crystallizing her entire body in a cocoon. While her capture may be secured, the information she holds, not so much. With no way to get her out of the cocoon, they kind of just set her up like a trophy for the next 60 episodes. I'm not kidding. With everything solved but at the same time not, the season comes to a close, with Eren and Levi recovering from their injuries, people mourning the severe loss of life, and some scouts riding horses into the classic sunset scene. End story. Well, that's it for now. As I'm sure most of you are aware, there are a total of 4 seasons of Attack on Titan. If you want me to continue on to the second, give me a shout. Let me know in the comments or by liking this video. All in all, I had a lot of fun making this one, and I'm excited for what I'm cooking up next. So until then, I will see you next time. Bye.